I don't know if they're going to be able to do as much damage. But guys, good news here. That TeamOne versus Strife here, continuing out on Inferno. Again, Strife's map pick, and we'll see if they can try and pull this one across the finish line, take us into that decider.
Yeah, again, an awkward map for TeamOne, but they've had themselves a little bit of time to try and straighten things out. It should have been a map that they've been working on, because the performances have been far from perfect. We'll see what Strife, we're going to clue into what they got going for themselves. Just a test of the form, because so far with Calyx, it hasn't been all bad, but again, slotting into that T side quite difficult.
No question. Got a little bit of jiggling coming through from IDK. He spotted out some of the players there aggressing forward. This time a smoke going down range there, and they have so much presence, but Stamina nails the first.
All right, but mobs, the dualies start to ring out. Pushing through the smoke is IDK. That's a double for him. But it's weird on the opposite side of the map as Joel's picks off the mid player, but the bomb's down, so it does come down to IDK. He gets to reposition.
A quick rotate in, though, from TRK. He's already posted up here. Has the crossfire established. And that might be an asset here, but there's a full 40 seconds left to work with here, and you can see how careful TRK is to this flank.
Also just burning time with the clock forces some doubt out of TRK. You see he has to look back and forth just as they begin their move into the site. Is TRK gonna get timinged? Could it be worse? Shot popped off. IDK tucking out towards the new box, trying to play with the angles, but now gushed up is TRK, and then the headshot delivered. Strife pry apart the crossfire, and they'll get the pistol.
Yeah, the headshot onto TRK makes things so much more awkward. You can see the initiation that comes through from IDK after he gets, or his teammate gets taken down low. Really composed stuff out of Strife, just landing some necessary shots right there to get the job done. I'll put them up to that pistol. Of course, the force spike going to be responded on immediately. TeamOne not keeping their foot off the gas. Got full investments here. 5-7's back out. Malb's on a deagle as opposed to a 5-7 though. Don't mind that one bit.
Again, that thing is just an AK-47. We know that's a time-old debate. Do you give your star player an AK or a deagle? It doesn't really matter for mobs.
No, it does not. Gonna do damage with it nonetheless. Triple HE there. Well, 7 points of damage, but not a whole lot off of that. They were hoping for an opening pick right there. Bates are trying to make it seem like he's much more than just one player. And with an HE like that, maybe you could, but Snake still looks eager to turn the corner.
Peeking around, but doesn't really want to duel with the deagle too much. I mean, Pace just did his job right there, Cole.
Wow. Immediately call in the rotate back towards A, and look what they're walking back into. It's a triple up on the brackets with coverage from IDK over and towards the porch side.
They have a double nade stack. Hold on. Those are going to go in. The flash to accompany it is great. TRK gets the first, but Bobs continues to swing on it. TRK, though, keeps going off. Tons of damage on a Joel's.
Hesitation has to be kicking in here. They're starting to rotate off here, and Strife, they almost tripled down here. 2 separate fights towards the top of brackets, but in the meantime, TeamOne were fully anticipating that they would start to rotate over towards that B bomb, so they couldn't be any more mistaken here.
Oh, wow. And that's how the round's gonna end, I guess. Such a climactic start. So much damage. But then everyone packs their bags. This is gonna be a save all of a sudden. How odd.
You don't see that all that often right there.
I was about to get so excited, Cole. We're gonna have a nice brawl here on the A site, and then it's just empty.
Well, it's Inferno, of course, right? We've seen the HLTV articles. It's always going to be in a save here, but we might get a little bit of action here because we know that bomb does a lot of damage. So, how many exits can you find here?
They put some atomic ingredients to that bomb. It's nuclear. It's gonna take out Calyx even in towards the apartments. Basically an alt middle at that rate. No guns really stolen over besides the Mac 10, but the damage is great.
It'll certainly take the damage right there. Probably would have liked the round a little bit more going with that call. I don't mind it from TeamOne, right? They obviously thought that Strife would rotate after spotting out 3 players towards brackets, but they didn't want to ever test that B bomb site. They really focused in on A, so sticking to their guns outside of that initial exchange. But of course, with all the damage done, they'll reinvest into a pretty good round. Just a little bit. Malvs invested a deagle here, or might have gotten that tossed over by Pace. I believe that's the case. Inside of the apartments with a scout, Maluk gets taken down, no headshot, so that's easy pickings for Calyx. And that should be the A site.
I mean, IDK will just now get himself into the site, but he is 1 man against 5. And I think he's just been spotted and found. Done. Strife now up to 3-0. TeamOne probably could consider holding on to their armor. Malvs doesn't have any. He has a deagle, so he'll go down.
Nice go with the
Ouch.
MAC-10. That's an extra $600, but it does come right back there with Calyx through the smoke. TRK gonna hold on to his armor and smoke as well, so not completely empty-handed. I think with Pace's kill right there, Maluk actually has even more money, so maybe getting an op in this next round, but either way, Strife getting that 3-0 start, and this one much more stabilized than the last. They should be able to keep 4 players up. That is if they get away from the nuke and not the map, but the bomb on Inferno.
It's so counterintuitive as well, because the map of Nuke has like the little bomb, right? And
Yeah.
then this map, what did they put in this thing? I don't know, man.
I feel like it would be much more Fallout over there on nuke.
I really don't know why the up. I'm very vehemently against this update. Like, what did it do? It's supposed to like discourage saving, but
I almost think that they saw Nero's stats and it was even worse back in the day, and they were like, we
It
gotta
probably
change something
was.
about this immediately, and that's the change, right? Because those stats were pretty egregious compared to the rest
oh yeah,
on
it's
Inferno, right?
way above the average. Oh, Calyx
2
is.
mollies.
Well, the floor is lava, but it's very real.
Real floors, as opposed to fake doors.
Aha. I'll
Some good
pretend like I got
positions.
that one.
It's okay. It's a decent little setup here. It's a good read from TeamOne. Now they just got smoked off towards the top of Bananas. That might complicate things a little bit for Malms, but Malms probably a player you can trust quite a bit. He'll be willing to take a couple risks here or there. Still has a smoke in hand as well. So they're definitely going to commit here, but they're already past Maluk. He lands the tag, but not the frag, and now they start to collapse in.
But still, the 4-man stack was here the whole time. Bombs down inside of lane. Calyx gets into pit, though. TRK was not ready for that. Neither was the rest of 1. Maluk walks into Joel's, and that's the site. It's Malvs who has to clutch.
Locking up brackets. He doesn't have a kit, but again, he still has that smoke here, and there's 1 HP. 1 shot will do Calyx in.
The nade.
He picked up an HE.
But he's not going to use it. Instead, he's going to use it on the
no.
site. Oh, man, the hindsight could not feel worse for Malvs. But he does have the smoke. He does get an isolated fight on the Joels. But he can't win it. 4-zip Strife.
That's so tragic. You see that just slight overthinking right there from Malvs. And the discomfort showing on this map here for TeamOne for sure in the early on. 4 players stacked over inside of the A side. A little bit of an awkward early exchange there towards mid, but you could tell they were really hoping for more out of that setup. Luke missing that initial op shot, and it kind of pulls it apart slowly, especially with that pit position. And again, I mean, if they're going to hit a stacked bomb site with 4 players, especially if it's brackets and you got 3 players ready there, you got to make sure you're getting those rounds if your team won.
With aggressive push down to Banana. A switch of pace. What?
Someone's got to do something about that gun, man. Too many bullets.
Why?
He's able to
Actually,
spam
it's just
straight
a
through the
deagle with
smoke.
20 bullets and is basically fully automatic.
Gosh. But Basic continuing a really good performance here. We talked about his struggles in the mid round there on that CT side towards the outer yard. But he was able to pull things back with a couple big clutches. Well, he's going to get tested here once again. Here, it's actually Malbs alone. He's got himself an AK in hand. No armor, though, to back this one up. He's going to fall off quickly. And Strife trying to make no mistakes here. Joined up by this 3-man looking to group up and take that bomb site.
Well, but the front sight smoke goes in. So, that CT angle is exposed. But now the CT smoke goes in, and they're just going to use it to sneak up onto the site. All of a sudden, Malbs is going to be in some trouble. Out towards his first Orange's position. Oh, does not look above him, though. But TRK, the 5-7 is a weapon for sure. Calyx comes away with the triple kill. Yes, he needs the ace clutch. But getting ran down by the MAC-10, it's going to be no good. 5-7s. Yeah.
5-7s, yeah. My God, Fesa. Getting that diffuse on off, but finding the 3K in the round. TRK with 2 as well. Those 5-7 just sing so loudly. Calyx almost pulled that one back. Stuck to the plant. And maybe could have had an opportunity if he was able to get it down, get himself established in a post. But I almost would have favored him with his position. But that's one way to kick things off there. TeamOne firing their way out of a pretty rough start to this half. But with a round like that, maybe that can start to re-inspire.
All right. Well, if it takes a round like that to start getting you on the board, that is sort of TeamOne fashion. And now they got real guns. Malbs going on it. Good smoke spam damage onto Infinite. That's going to force him back towards the A site.
Solid utility here back and forth. TRK taking a rather common angle here. Deep AG does even more damage, followed up by the smoke here. They're going to pop through this one, it looks like, though. That bomb is inching its way forward into the site. They're hoping to establish some brackets control, but again, there's 4 here for TeamOne. They have so much resources.
Yeah, the stack is great. The crossfire is ready. Who's going to throw the flash to kick it off, or who's going to swing right into TRK? Pesa is there for the instant trade, though. And then they try to walk out apps, and they have to deal with IDK. Another head spotted for him. And with Infinite knocked out, this play loses all its fuel. 30 seconds to hit some sort of insane shot. Get them back into the round. Presents itself for Joel's, but no connection. Maluk is all over the play. Second round for TeamOne.
At some point here, Strife, I think you're going to need to throw some early banana control or something like that. I know they got punished for it 2 rounds ago, but Malbs is just taking free reign of banana a little bit too easily. You can see what it's enabling TeamOne to go for. And that first gun round, they had 4 players stacked over towards that A site very early on. Well, once again, they have 4 players stacked over towards that A side early on, and that's because Malbs is just jump spawning top of car there, saying, hey, no one's here. I can buy time if they are, so.
Oof.
So very good, just like that shot. Up against the blocks here.
It's Maluk's time to heat up, I suppose. He's starting to hit some bangers. Of course, just against the Glocks. Talk it up all you want. Oh. Guys, we got to get some head armor in here. Don't worry, the 5-7's got you covered. And then the op. 3 kills on the round for Maluk. Just against the pistols, but it certainly says something about the individual form here. And Calyx will be the last to fall. TeamOne starting to get things rolling.
Very nice right there. Stringing up some rounds together. We'll see if that can continue for the boys over at TeamOne. Of course, investments are going to roll on back out. And now I'm just going to set my sights instantly to what Strife can do to counter some of this banana aggression early in the round. And maybe deny all of the info that Malbs is giving his team in the mid round, right? Those are some 2 key details, 2 big win conditions here for Strife from what I've seen so far out of TeamOne. I don't think they're going to change up the game plan, right? Because again, there's a lot of faith put in Malbs and his ability to distract, delay, and do damage.
Pace up. Okay, this is a change of pace that Strife welcome with open arms with TRK. Not a chance. Joel's obliterates him. The 90-degree spin. Puts it down to IDK, who's on the app balcony. He needs to make a big play, not blinded up. Now, though, gets flashed and finished. Strife, clean execute.
Got two really swift entries right there, and then the round just falls to pieces. Only so much you can really do. Still have two more players again with all of the info that was gathered there from Luke. But even they're doing their due diligence in these 3v5s to, you know, flash off these angles, smoke towards Moto, all that good stuff that'll enable an easy, comfortable round win. That one looked far too easy though from Strife. Hunting with a bit of fury here, I will say. Maluk not safe at all. Especially if he has to fire off this op shot here. Nails it, but now it's just alarm bells here.
The hunting party's after him. Admittedly, Strife again, they don't really have cash to spend. Definitely will be in the back of their mind whether to continue pursuing this. But they come up with the goods. Just a really nice A execute. Absolutely splitting apart that apartment setup. You know, some good discipline out of Strife, even prepared for the aggression, sticking together as unit. They're not just hard defaulting, you know, spreading paper thin across the map. They have a game plan behind them. They got stamina calling the shots.
Looks like they're also well prepared for that sort of setup, right? They have the double up in apartments there. They were positioning like they knew when Op was going to peek them by not lining up super well. Like one was deeper, one was closer by. That just kind of hints at some familiarity in the matchup and the teams, right? So something that you mentioned in the pregame here is that these guys, they play each other all the time. They're always competing against each other. So you can definitely see it in a round like that where TeamOne try and throw a gimmick, but Strife have been there, done that.
All right, so we gear up for another Strife. This time, eyes set towards Banana, and it works well. Maluk gobbles a grenade and sits in the flames. The opening pick goes the way of Strife. Really kind of lost here. TeamOne. Tough to find another entry back into this round.
If it's down low here, that's the silver lining. Op is retrieved, though, from... Oh, she picks up the sniper. Tosses a shot down range there. What's the game plan for him here? He's juggling. Wants to have a couple different options at his disposal, right? Pop a op shot, find the first kill. Start firing away with the rifle here. That molly spread the pace. That's a 100
no.
to 0 right there on that molly.
Oh, no. I mean, TRK has the support, but there's a flash and completely blind,
wow.
but still readjusts.
Gotta be kidding me. It looked like he had even done his due diligence there and waiting before he peeked, but of course that last bullet headshot had to land. And now they're gambling the resources towards B now.
Unbelievable. They're in the right position. The first kill is IDK's. Next up is TRK. And they haven't even needed to reveal mobs. He fires off a shot. And now 18 seconds. There's no way you have time for that A site.
They might. I think they do.
The bomb is tailing. The bomb is tailing right 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Oh.
No time. By a couple seconds. By like 2 seconds, Cole.
You've got to be kidding me right there. That's very close. I can't blame Strife for thinking that they had time. That's down to the milliseconds. Like you said, though, the bomb was trailing, unfortunately. I think that was the key detail, because if they would have been able to make the bomb in first, you know, well, that's 1 extra second on the clock right there. That's an extra second that you have to get the bomb plant right there. But again, excellent mid-round. TeamOne are calling a risky CT side. We've seen it in a couple of the ecos that they've gone for. We see it in the way that they're stacking A rather consistently. But it has worked out for them a couple of times.
Down Banana once again. just throwing themselves at the opposition right now, our TeamOne, but
Ooh.
it's going to cost them a pretty penny and maybe get some. Oh, Maluk had a chance to fire through that smoke, but somehow it's a 3v3.
I'm loving what I'm seeing right now, man. Rounds are quickly decided here on some occasions, but I don't mind it. I talked about the banana fight here. It's going to be very important for both these teams. We talked about the resources that TeamOne put towards it and the trust that they face in Malbs here. He's at 1-7, but I think his impact is definitely still there here as they move in towards the wrap side. IDK off angle. Will he be checked?
Ooh, the kill's good. And he just falls off the angle. Simple as that. Calyx tries to turn the flash. Instead stares into it. Doesn't matter. Will connect the headshot. And TRK, his drop has just been heard. Ooh. Stamina's gonna nail it. 1v2 now for Maluk.
Stamina hears the footsteps. Now he knows. Yeah, Tech9's out. He's saying, hey, I know exactly where you are here. He's not going to zoom in, though. Take an angle here. Lands a shot. That should be enough to scare him.
Yeah,
not the molly.
And pack your bags. All right, Strife with a solid footing underneath them now. TeamOne won't have the purchase next round, or at least they'll be able to scrap together pistols. Maybe some FAMASas if they choose to force. We see these group of guys who've just, you know, basically a ragtag bunch who've just assembled in the past couple of weeks are now in a solid position.
Leading on the T side here, again showing a really good T side, and already the adaptations, the adjustments being made. We can see Strife in the early round trying to deny all the little plays that TeamOne have to offer. Nade stacked on the Malbs this round. They found a nade kill or molly kill in that round 2 rounds prior. So you can see that these guys are playing on the fly. They're playing a moldable T side. And it's actually forced TeamOne a little bit more passive than I'm sure they would like.
All right. But still leaning forward with what they got. Maluk on the angle decides to take the shot. Has TRK for backup. Oh, wow. TRK just eats the flash. That's going to call in Calyx. That's just the dinner bell ringing. And the shot comes on through.
Like that he commits to that. Only so much of a window of opportunity that you have here. They've taken down the op as well. Double swinging into Maluk. IDK's in between them. Bomb committed towards B. Meanwhile, Pace rotates off of B, and Choles is covering the flank. My God, the awareness.
So aware. Because they're just walking into the B site right now. 2 players on Strife have sold the entire A site and are just going to win the round outright.
They take down Malbs. Well, now he knows. It's like, it's not even an A play, guys. They just took the site with 2 people. It's like the worst version of rotate strike right there, right? Where you're completely getting faked, but you don't realize what you're actually up against here. Now they close in on him. Infinite finds the finishing frag, and 7 on the board here. You can see the money shot as well for TeamOne, so this is very likely a winning half, and I feel like at that point, anything else that Strife can gather, it's going to be icing on the cake.
Yeah, this is Strife running away with the game now. This has to be a full eco out of TeamOne, and this is the woes that TeamOne experience on Inferno. I mean, TeamOne's T sides have proven to be solid. It's surprisingly the CTN that struggles. For one reason or the other. Also, Calyx has had a hell of a game for himself. And that is going to continue.
Looks very comfortable. Not making too many mistakes over there in the apartments lurking. I can't remember a time where he's been, first picked off in kind of a mistake, right? He's been really prepared for any sort of aggression. Always being diligent. He has a strong teammate alongside him in a lot of these different occasions here. Joel's stands right as a support beam here. Calyx finds another. That boost works out for a frag, but They should fall off of the back of that. Max 1, I
Yeah,
mean.
they're just going to come back to the A site now that they know everything. The swing is here from TRK, and if you had anything other than the USP, that could have gotten weird, but... Not saying that, you know...
Snakes just dropped the bomb to Stamina farm ecos.
Ha! A time-honored classic of this duo, man. We just get the eek farming. But Malb's is doing everything he can to hold on to this AK. I respect it.
Hold the line, Malbs. Make it not
I
so
don't
easy.
think he's gonna. Personally, I'm not sure he's this different, but he's take one down with him anyways. But that's Strife up 4 rounds now. They're at 8.
This is already a great T side here. They can get some extra credit, get a couple extra rounds here towards the tail end. They'll be very happy. And I don't see a world where they don't find at least 1 or 2 more rounds. They're looking very sharp on this T side. Good protocols. Calyx is playing like a beast over there towards apartments. And I mean, one thing we said is TeamOne, a lot of their T side rounds kind of do put a lot of focus on Malbs towards Banana, while Calyx has opened up this whole other avenue of the map for them with some of his halls lurking.
Yeah, Calyx has been taking over this apartment's position. Gets to slot him into a variety of angles. Put pressure even into the apartments. It's going to be 3 players moving out, and only IDK in an extremely awkward position. Really to stop it. The flash goes through, and leaping out is Calyx. Joel's instant on the trade. It is an utter wash on the A site. They had the lane set up, but the apartments play was the perfect call.
Even the pathing right there looks like they're prepared. That angle underneath the hay bales is, again, becoming way more common than just starting the round off in pit. You can try and be a part of that brackets hold in that sort of position, but you can also maybe avoid a couple flashes here or there. But they just instantly clear that. Joel's finds such a fast frag. He is blinded up by the flash here. Pace is going to deny some of the exits here. 3 more line in. Molly right where Malb stands.
I mean, these rounds have just turned into 1 execute for the site and... Hello?
Oh my god.
What's this guy's Tech 9 made of? I don't know. But I'll turn it back to the point. These rounds are 1 execute for the A site and 1 execute to take out the saving players. That's how much Strife have been in the driver's seat.
Yeah, TeamOne, I mean, I don't think you usually see this much clunkiness on an A site hold, right? Usually this is something that teams have mastered, and I gotta say credit to Strife for making it look this awkward. They've got some great game plans, great ideas, and they don't hesitate again. They full committed to that last round. There was no holds barred. There's Joel's. Let's get tagged down here, but IDK left very much so on an island. And look at this read from Strife. They're just going to walk up brackets. Take that essentially free of charge here. Putting a lot of pressure on the CTs on the other side of the map. Infinite going to push past the smoke, though. How does he get away? He didn't take a point of damage.
I don't know how he got away with his life. Not just a scratch. And eventually, well, he'll be a victim of the mob's deagle, as many have in the past. But IDK unable to put up a hold with the scout. Just TRK and mobs. Some powerful pistols, but that's just about all. Stamina holding. That's 10 rounds for Strife. They've had not just the individuals that are showing up here, but some incredible calling as well.
Yeah, they've been able to avoid a lot of the stacks here. Outside of the early rounds, with the 4 that TeamOne have won, a lot of them have been 4-man B-lanes. I think Strife have so quickly adapted, and I think that's even more credit to the calling, right? You make a couple mistakes early on in the half, but you realize on the fly what's going wrong on these T sides, and you immediately adjust accordingly here. That's what we've seen out of Stamina's calling, and it's going to give them such a strong T side here. Maybe one that TeamOne can't really bounce back from.
Yeah, I mean, T sides for TeamOne. Again, last time they were on this map, 1916 versus Vendetta, down 14-3. I think it's the 4th time I've said this on this broadcast.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't really count them out, can you, with that sort of result?
Again, if Mobs just suddenly shows up, then, you know, we're kind of like, we're like praying, you know, praying here a little bit. But if Mobs doesn't show up, this is going to be a blowout.
Yeah, it's definitely the case. Especially on that T side here. He might not get a lot of chances to activate here, but Pace is going to get started early. And this is a much different approach here to TeamOne. They smoke bottom of the stairs right there. That is a lot of control given here. Now, what do they do with it? Because obviously you can't hold this position for forever.
Oh, the backstab, though. Oh, the backstab through the apartments. It is catastrophic. Calyx drags down a 2. Now, IDK trades, yes. And TRK still battling in Banana. One will hold on to their advantage, but some damage certainly dealt.
That finishes the half with 18 kills for Calyx, man. Standing in. Stepping up big time here. Malbs again trusted jump spotting here. Banana takes a little bit of HE damage, but he doesn't fall. He continues to try and gather this info for his team. I imagine Strife going to continue to punish that, or at least attempt to. One more jump spot there. With all that information. Oh, he just did the Monacy jump. Oh, no, he missed it.
Try to.
I guess the Monacy jump. It's just a KZ, but Monacy did it versus Liquid, so it'll permanently be etched into my brain.
Every single KZ jump is the Monacy jump.
Any sort of gimmick in the Counter-Strike is the Monacy X.
Monacy probably did it first. All right, up lane. 10 seconds remaining. Yeah, this is going to be tough. No room for error. Plant in the smoke and pray. And praying might work. They'll get the digits in, but that's all. So, 10-5 at the half here, Cole. That's what we're looking at. Opportunities for Strife to just run away with this game, but a pistol round could put us within touching distance. We'll be back after a short one. 10-5 on the half. Strife, a commanding lead for sure, but Team One's T sides have proven to be quite strong. We'll see if they can bring some of that same energy here to maybe secure this 2-0 and really get their road to IEM Dallas going. My name's Fine, joined by Colex and McHenry. Let's get this one done.
IDK just had to go back into spawn to purchase his utility. But I don't think it's going to matter too much. Just wanted to note that here. Maybe if it does come into the round here. There's no spawn-based or super aggressive plays, so I guess it doesn't matter at this point. There's no aggression from the CT side either, so they're going to walk into a very weakened B bomb site, just hoping that the firepower from Joel's, or rather Stamina, and Calyx can do the job. But one goes down, and Calyx is dinked out, so I think we know which way this round's going to go here, knowing how hard it is to retake that B bomb site. Or A bomb site, rather.
Respect the scoreline from Calyx. Currently 18-7 and actually top of the server despite being the 16-year-old stand-in for Strife. But yeah, this round not going the way of Strife. In fact, I think we're just going to see a pistol round save or something close to it. Never mind, we're going to stomp through the apartments. And, oh, they're taking things a little too lightly here. Our Team One is... There are a couple of shots to be popped off, but mostly some kills to pick up here. Infinite could literally die to the bomb in his position. I'm being dead. Oh, he will die to the bomb in this movie. Oh, yeah.
No armor either. He's
dead.
Not
really a... Oh, yeah.
12.
And he's literally in CT spawn, boys. Boys and girls. Yep.
Yeah, he's over in those arches. If he had stayed where he was right there, he would have been dead to rights for sure. No big deal. I guess he's not really holding on to anything. So one flash. We'll save that. We'll see if it's a useful flash here. Full buy, though, coming back in response from Strife. And what you mentioned here heading into the break is, with that last round, TeamOne have put themselves in touching distance. We know that their T-sides are good. And Strife didn't get off to the kickoff that they were hoping for. This force buy could give them a lot of room, though. They win this one out. That'll alleviate a lot of the stress. So they're willing to go for these risks.
Oh, okay.
Bobby didn't play banana there early.
Everyone's been liking their second round triple nade stacks. Strife did that on their own.
I feel like maybe
yeah,
some more common angles, right? Close towards that half wall with the 5-7. People like to play that a lot. But I guess it is probably like a bait and switch setup, a little push and pull. It's not a bad idea. Anything to like avoid walking into a 5-7 or one less 5-7 is something teams will prioritize.
Just one smoke, completely shutting down the arch split. But it's going back up toward lane. 157 lies in wait. Calyx almost makes it do. Had a chance on a TRK. Nothing giving. Now, other pistols trying to find success. No headshot connection, though, out of the Deagle. And I think it's time to pick up a Deagle. And you heard that again. It's going to save. It's going to be saved. Yep. This is Inferno.
This is Inferno. This is Inferno. And you guys are hating on Mirage. That's all I'll say.
Look, when it's not Save Simulator, it's a very interesting map.
Yeah. Probably even more interesting because there's always gun rounds every round because everyone's always saving.
Yeah. I mean, that's the flip side of it, right? I guess you're right on that one, Cole.
I guess we got to pick what we like and what we don't like here, even if it's like subconsciously or whatever. It's definitely bizarre though, man. This map, just the rotation, or I guess it's like more so the retakes. B is definitely more retakeable than A, but the A bomb site is for any team near impossible to retake. So you get the numbers punched in on that A site, and you don't have like a 2-man advantage. Even like a 1-man advantage, it feels like you're just walking into a death trap. So, like, I'll say 2-man advantage. Then you're very likely going to lose that round.
Yeah. And even then, I have the question that enters in my mind. How do you design a map that just makes it, you have to, like, so save heavy? I think it's just a mega long CT rotates between the sites. Doesn't really allow you to put up the holds,
again, there's just all of the different crossfires that you can set up on the post plants, right? Just makes it so nasty to retake. Maybe needs to be more like utility established on this map for A side retakes. I know teams are throwing nothing like super established, right? But teams are definitely throwing like more retake utility, right? The moto or the deep smoke towards pit from moto. Some mollies that line up for moto for pit, like all these different angles that can flush out the most powerful position in this map.
So I said before the halftime break that a pistol round is all it needs to take to get into touching distance here for one. And that might be exactly what it takes, because here we are. It's geared up to be an 8th for TeamOne. Barring a 5-7 doesn't just one-tap everyone.
Certainly could disrupt things.
30 seconds.
Bomb is with one other player towards B, but actually it's just a fake right now. There, is it? Now it should be. Yeah, turn around there.
Oh, yeah. Gotta book it now to the A site. And yeah, this is gonna be very risky. This entire site needs to be cleared out and cleanly. And they might just do that. See what Calyx can do. He will get headshotted, and the bomb will cross into the site. Yeah, this is a little bit out of the book for what an anti-eco should look like, but I guess it got there either way.
You never like those last second rotations in anti-ecos. Those are the way. Those are like 9 times out of 10 how you lose them, right? You try and rotate in, too much hesitation sets in there, and you get locked out of a round. But it is going to be 8 for TeamOne. I don't think Malb's like on an individual front has been fragging like he normally does, but I don't think he's been given an opportunity just yet. I'm really setting my sights towards these gun rounds for him to step up. His CT sides, a lot of rotating towards that A side, a lot of things that he couldn't really control. He was doing a lot of work on his defense, trying to jump spot, finding angles. He was allowing a lot of those stacks to take place, which led to rounds won by TeamOne. So I'm not going to like harp on his stats right now too much. But if he did want to close out this game for TeamOne, it's going to start here and it's going to start now. He needs to start fragging like he typically does.
Yeah, he's normally the tip of the spear towards top banana, but maybe a little bit of a spawn-based adventure. So it's going to be this apartments default coming out of TeamOne. Already a bit of a utility exchange. Mollies go back and forth. Stamina posted up with his off is actually going to escape. They don't clear the boiler position, but hold on. TRK is going to save him. Joel's, though, the nade collects Pesa. But Stamina's feeling weak. It comes down to Joel's here on the site. But Stamina around the smoke. There's a gap in it, and he finds 2 through it. Some opportunities delivered. The way of Strife. Stamina collects a 4K.
My God, Stamina working those angles right there. Absolutely beautiful. That's so necessary. And the one way I think he could have gotten overrun is if he didn't have a teammate on site. Some very fast reactions there from Strife. Get the job done. And again, I gotta say, man, it's another great call coming through in the opening gun round. Catching TeamOne on a bit of a gimmick, a bit of a fast-paced play. They win that round right there. And that would have been a very decisive way to probably tie things up, right? But they lose it. They don't get past the hurdle of Stamina. Now they're going to be stalled out for a little while longer. And IDK gets tossed a little bit of damage. Maluk, he gets maybe a bit of karma in return, but it's only hurting TeamOne.
Strife still want to brawl towards top banana. Counter utility going every which way. Stamina begins to press up and... well, safest maul behind the half wall. And really feeling the pressure is one.
Immediately fall off, though, on this B default here. So, in the meantime, they're going to start committing resources over towards A. They're locked out by the utility right now, but Snakes, if he's quick enough, can move past it. And Calyx has found the first.
Calyx is doing great work from inside the pit. Drops the smoke to play around it. It can really be a problem. Malbs, he got into the site. Calyx let go of the angle for just a moment. The stand-in makes a mistake, and TeamOne sees onto that. This is going to be their round.
Wow. Well, there you go. Said that obviously needs to be the point round on these gun rounds now. He's going to have opportunities to do what he does best, and that's take space and take names. And he does just that. Stamina's going to deny any sort of exits, but still going to be a round converted here for TeamOne, and that is some decisive stuff right there. I like the willingness to make the first move there from Malbs, knowing that he has to get quickly before those rotations arrive from Strife.
And for the first time, I can say in the series, Calyx gave up the game for just a moment. And Malbs is starting to lead the charge, winning the impactful fight on the site to gain full access, and that's how Malbs collects his name. It's not through the really big multi-kills anymore. Yeah, he can do it, you know, every so often, but it's really his entry prowess. His roles have changed on this TeamOne squad to be the more impactful player, and it shows in that one.
Yeah, no question. Kind of have more chances to do that as well. TRK has been heard in jumping into apartments. A lot of utility prioritized here to force him off of that angle, and they've done so nicely. In the meantime, Strife have also reined in their B-side aggression here in the early round. They don't take full control like they were prior. So TeamOne's starting to get away with a lot of map control here, a lot of space that they have prioritized in the early round.
Checking out the angle from Stamina right now. It's gonna get him posted up. What a shot. So fast on it. Basically, they're playing a jiggle peek game and he gets punished.
Immediately, you see Joel's off the back of that info as well, rotating in towards B. He's going to try and cheat rotate in. 2 players left to defend, but they're already making their moves on in.
Yeah, Snakes behind the pillars, and Infinite trying to provide cover, but instantly shut down. Now Snakes trapped behind the pillar. TRK gets the impactful entry. Jules, though, runs through the smoke, and now it's IDK in a clutch.
Might have just saved them right there, Joel's. He gets a number response in, still IDK. And he's been heroic once before, but now he tries to do it again, and he gets opted out of the server by Stamina. Just barely threads the needle in time, and makes that clutch all the more easy right there. Calyx gonna get the defuse on off, and Strife. They don't let TeamOne string 2 rounds here in a row on the gun rounds. They keep them at bay from that.
Yeah, again, a very close round, but this time Strife, they're trying to make the big individual plays. They're trying to take initiative. They're not taking the beating that TeamOne has given them early on in this game. That push through the smoke single-handedly saves the round. Of course, if Joel's goes down instantly, then it's a whole different story. The rotates were so far away. Last line of defense, and Joel's holds on. Check
Also,
out this Molly.
oh yeah. Nicely thrown right there. It's going to maybe allow their long hauls player to scale up, but they're already close by here. They better be ready for what's to come.
Nasty setup lying in place. Tech9, what?
Oh my god.
He just hit the electric slide on the entire apartment setup. Now it's Joel's again, getting ran down. He gets a double, but that's probably not enough here. The bomb plant's gonna go in. It's a retake effort. Snakes, he's been heard. But hold on, it's a 2v2. There's a chance here for Strife. Baluk still in Boiler has heard the footsteps. He's gonna tuck away. I mean, it comes down to this fight, and this fight only. If Snakes goes down, this round is nigh on impossible. And now as the headshots doled out, Infinite has to reconsider. Do we stay or do we go? And he tries to run through the smoke. IDK delivers a headshot. But, dude, what was that from Pesa?
Man, that's unreal right there. Tech9. 2 kills right there. He caught Stamina asleep at the wheel. And again, Stamina's been an opera that has not been doing too much missing today here. But he's able to fire away 2 Tech9 kills. That setup gets immediately dispatched of. I mean, he probably shot like 6 or 7 bullets out of his Tech9 max there to find those 2 kills. I would say that would be an overstatement. And he completely wins in the round. Even with Joel's finding a nice couple of frags in such an incredibly difficult fashion, it still wasn't enough, like you said. And it's a little bit desperate on the purchase here. But I like the ideas. 2 Zeus's out in play.
Oh boy. It is the best possible position you could ask out of the Zeus. And it's gonna work! Zap goes Pesa. But what's the reaction? It's gonna be one bursting into the B site. And all the hold is just an armorless Eagle of Infinite. Needs to find something obscene through the smoke. A tag is good, but might not be enough just yet.
You don't really like their odds here with no armor. A Deagle or Galil, all good, but you're gonna really have to live on a prayer here. Fast flank, maybe could do something, but Jules, you will get cleared eventually. And now we're evened out.
Make a move. As the plant goes in, the cover's there. Mowed down, 2 kills at least. Cool Zeus out of Calyx.
Good times.
But it's one who get very close to Strife scoreline.
TeamOne, like you said, just not out of this one at all, man. They will continue to fight for this game here. Big plays out of Pesa. The investments are back out. Stamina once again wielding that up. Maybe missed an easy one last time he had it. Well, this time it's a whole lot more difficult. Now he's put on notice. 15 HP. He's alone towards that B-bomb side as well. There's no help, and I think that TeamOne might just commit. They might just go all in here.
Stamina, I'm not sure where the smoke was intended to go. Maybe as an attempt to lure one in, but the flashes could be great. Or just, you know, jumping across his crosshair could work the same. Miles has got him locked in. Stamina's a dead man. And this could just easily be a save. It's going to be 3 players maybe storming up Banana. Do they want to give this a go?
Surely, yeah, they were for a half second there considering pushing past that smoke. But then they wised up a little bit, knew the risk, knew the liability of going past that one. I think Joel's maybe sticking around for an AK or something, but instead it's much more important that they hold on to this one than try and desperately pull a round out of the hat that feels like it's already decided. I had a lot of utility to try that, but not the right positions. The decisiveness, the quickness in nature of TeamOne in this round here, just throwing a very fast play and identifying the bomb site with way less resources was all that TeamOne needed right there.
And so it's 12 all. Just like that, TeamOne. Their T sides continue to deliver. And this time, it's not like looking like an overtime affair. If they continue this momentum, this could just slip out of Strife's fingertips.
Yeah, it's 2 rounds to the 7 of TeamOne, right? So you're definitely feeling that way, but a big pace change coming through from Strife, looking to get a bit decisive here, but now Spotted Joel's is in no man's land, stuck between a rock and a hard place. He's still gonna fight his way out of this one, but he gets overwhelmed. TRK and Malv start to crack on through this one, and now Calyx is spotted on the aggression. TRK takes a headshot angle as well. That banking of the HE is an absolute touchdown. In the meantime,
great,
here, how quickly do they go up B?
Oh my goodness, they are just gonna storm up B, and it's completely empty. Strife completely sold on the A play. They were hoping that TeamOne would just turn and burn, but it's a straight B execute, a plant, and there's surely no way you save again.
They got a very fast banana flank here, and look at the utility. Molly's for firebox. No one really covering it, but they flashed up banana now. And so that should be a sound cue given over to TeamOne that there's at least a couple on the flank right now.
They've got an execute's worth of utility to put into this site, though. See, Molly's to both positions at the back of the site. Malbs on first contact, first headshot. Make it another. He's on form right now, and TeamOne are continuing the T-side antics.
You can see it start to formulate right there. Malv's posted up like a turret. He does not miss those. When he plants his feet, when he has time to lock in that crosshair placement, he's going to nail the tripwires, and Strife completely fall apart. Again, some of the risks that they were taking there in that T side working out quite nicely. Well, in this occasion here, TeamOne just burning it up banana as soon as that contact's finished and as soon as that early play from Strife is established. I imagine that TeamOne were anticipating at least one player in that bomb site, but they walked into it for free.
And the trend continues. And Mobs has certainly woken up. He was like 7 and 14.
7
just
and 13, I think,
ago.
at one point.
7 and 13, yeah. He was down on the jumps. He's brought himself back to evens. He's had some impactful entries, some closers. The Swiss Army knife of one, doing the work. Now a walk down middle that Maluk is posted on, but not ready for the swing from Stamina. Things get weird. Joel's thinking about the swing. He does, right into Pesa, and then TeamOne collapse. It's Strife who crumble.
Yeah, that setup's an all-in, right? If one piece goes missing, the whole thing collapses, and that's what you just saw. Single frag there, disjoints him, Stamina falls off, he gets a little bit nervous in the commitment for that long here, and it's going to complicate things big time. Man advantage here, and this time TeamOne, they don't just burn it up B, they slow things down low. Eventually, Snakes is able to finish off the low HP bar there of IDK, and typically it's Pesa that's lurking about towards hulls, so maybe that's a little bit of relief there for Strife.
Yeah, but TeamOne, they know that there was 2 players on the A site. They're going to back up towards B, where Infinite tucks his way out towards Dark, trying to hold on.
Oh my god!
Oh, and he hit the shot! Pesa while blind! TeamOne just don't stop. They keep going. Blank. Watched by TRK. It's an instant headshot, and it's going to be TeamOne who solidify the lead and perhaps the series.
Stamina's going to try and bail out. Running away from this round here, but not safe and sound just yet. TRK starts to walk forward here. Could potentially have the cutoff depending on where Stamina lies in. And footsteps might be heard here soon. He starts to hit the shift key. Stamina starts to become a whole lot more careful of his surroundings as TRK moves into the bomb site. He's being covered here. Back's turned, and that should be an easy one. Stamina has a jump on him. If they ever even interact here. Either way, TeamOne grabbing themselves 14 again. Risky setup gets punished from Strife, and I'm starting to get concerned here. They keep on taking these risks. They don't have much more runway to work with. They're no longer in the lead. You might have wanted to go for those risks a little bit early on in the half when you had rounds to work with, but now you're 2 rounds down and staring down the barrel of series point for TeamOne.
Yeah, it used to harken back to like Kerrigan's mouse sports, where at some point they would just tell themselves that, hey, you know, a chance is a chance. Sometimes you just got to give it a go. And they've run out of chances here at Strife. They might have had some, you know, good looks where they were in even man situations and they didn't opt to go for it. Remember the charge up banana? I mean, yes, throwing away the rifles doesn't sound like a great prospect, but at some point you got to stamp your foot down and collect these rounds. I mean, if you play the percentages, you might just lose.
There's no question. These patient games, letting TeamOne execute into it, hasn't been working, but I guess some of the aggression hasn't been working either in these last couple of rounds, so they've got some tough decisions, some soul searching to do here if they want to close this one out. Hopefully that's what this timeout was talked about, but it's only leading into worse weaponry here. The full exec here lined it up completely as Joel's. Only so much you can do.
Yeah, Snake's trying to slow them down. The boost, though, from Calyx. He collects a double kill, gets away. And Strife with some legs in this one.
Just stand in to bail them out in that round right here. 2 massive frags, but you can see TeamOne inching their way forward here. TRK lurking about in apartments here, hoping for a mistake.
Alex.
2 teammates over towards A, and he just oversteps. He goes for the fight, he gets taken down. The op shot sings out from Stamina here, keeping things level. Malbs has a smoke. He has the bomb as well. TRK's position somewhat known. Snakes hasn't fallen.
In fact, Snakes is actually going to push in through the apartments. It's a great angle to take. And it'll be sure like unexpected. Moto smoke goes in, but Snake's in just one of the weirdest positions right now. He'll open up. Malbs picks up the bomb, and now is up for the clutch. Plant will be stuck, but locked in by Snakes. Strife, they get gifted a miracle round for themselves.
Calyx with 2 big kills to pull things back. You still have Stamina landing some shots despite being scared off in a couple of those rounds and lacking some impact here. Still committing to trusting in his ability with the AWP. Right now, TeamOne said it didn't look like an overtime game here, but I can see Strife, you know, starting to rally off that. They're trying to make good on the stand-ins efforts here.
Still with the purchase, though, is TeamOne. And even then, Strife still sit on the back foot financially. Still opportunities. Maluk gets posted up, and Snakes disrespects it. It's gonna cost him, but Calyx boosted up again. Will drag another down. 26 kills for him right now.
Always keeping them in this game in some of these really difficult rounds there. All he misses under porch here, so no longer a worry. Calyx has retreated. In the meantime, they've split themselves up 2-2. They are feeling a little bit more B presence coming through, but that's not the case here. It's TeamOne that looked to double down, still committed in brackets, especially with that bomb here, so definitely hinting at this play, but in the meantime, I see them kind of inching their way back, and now here's where Strife starts to set themselves up for success here. They've got 2 players ready, prepared. The Yop as well here in perfect position. All they need to do is execute.
"30 seconds, and even the third man is coming through on rotation. Flashes go in, but Stamina gets blinded up for the shot, but still able to readjust for 2. Great flicks out of Stamina. Now he's trapped out towards the dark position. Pesadillo gets the post up, but he pulls out the USP to finish the job. Stamina is going to hold this round together, and we're going the distance.
What a beautiful round right there from Stamina, even whipping out the sidearm there. Leg shot. No way. He goes down after time. If he didn't, he would have been able to toss an AK and keep that up. Would have been able to give the up to Maluk here. But instead, he's not even going to have an AK for himself. No armor. And I imagine this is a sort of round that TeamOne are going to force buy into. It kind of feels like their style. But they're going to have so much less now that they don't have that op.
Peacemakers are going to get some words in this timeout to get TeamOne back on their feet. Knocked down in these last 2 utterly. I mean, it's been the young man Calyx, and now Stamina has been just bolted together a B-side hold. They're going to scrap together what they can. TeamOne. This comeback effort could be just thwarted with this round win from Strife.
Going for broke here. Not going to be in a good position here if this one doesn't go TeamOne's way. I guess the same is true in reverse. On the line. Pressure applied. And Malb's entrusted with an AK here. The gun that he does his best work with.
Yep. One of the highest headshot percentages in all of Counter-Strike. All time, he's at 65%.
That's insane. That is wild. They're going to walk in towards A. It's looking like just a straight up execute here, looking to overwhelm these players, but they have a lot to crack through here.
Yeah, it's a full setup. Stamina's op may even be in position, but Joel's creeps on out the site, lines up a double with Calyx joining in. IDK, though, the big lurk on through the arch smoke. Now Joel's in trouble. It's a 2v2. Off picked up for IDK the same. We have a round.
Still haven't gotten the bomb down, though. Another moto smoke recycled. And the Bogdan's Law in full effect there. IDK gives over the optimal Luke here. This flank, though, it's very quick from Snakes. Will it be anticipated here?
Could very well be, but IDK inside of pit. Yes, he's going to go ahead and smoke the apartments. The molly goes into pit. IDK forced out of position, but you can't push that apartment's angle. Flash in from the lane side, but out the apartment. IDK has got it locked in. IDK salvages it for 1. That was a 2v4, and it's series point for TeamOne.
It's again IDK being the hero in these closing moments as well, man. If you remember over to Nuke and the fashion in which that was closed out, IDK, he had to be such a late round player, and he does it again. A crisp reminder of how that last map finished up, and if Strife take a trip down memory lane, it was not in their favor. Look at the purchase here as well. They're trying to decide what they can get together here. Stamina immediately invests into the op. Infinite tossing a gun away. Gets onto an MP9. He's entrusted Joel's, who's had a hell of a game on the rifle. And then Snakes, I don't know what he'll have here. Maybe a MP9 alongside it and some util, but this isn't pretty. Strife not in a position where they want to be. Backs against the wall. No mistakes can be afforded.
Yeah, and the wins that they had, the 2 rounds rather that Strife had in a row, have hurt the loss bonus so much that, yeah, you're going to see just the scraps come out. Stamina's AWP is the real piece of weaponry that ties together this defense. It needs to happen once again.
Stamina's on an island towards B. This is how they really want to end things? Okay. I thought they were going to go straight up B rush. No stopping. They peek down middle with an MP9. 4 players spotted. TRK's calling it over. They're calling in for the reinforcements. They all collapse, and Joel's, he starts to fire back. He keeps things level with 2. There's still a man
double
advantage.
Kill, sure. But look who's coming out of the apartments. Pesadalo's gonna make his move. The headshot onto Joel's, and Stamina, he's on the opposite side of the map. All he can do is hope and pray that they come to his direction, but they're running towards the A site. That's gonna be the plant, and that just might be the series. TeamOne are 1 step closer to Dallas.
Came in talking about how impossible these A side post plants are. How are you supposed to crack through 3? He hasn't even made it past the bottom banana smoke here. The bomb's already planted. It's already ticking against him. There's no kit. I don't know if there's a way. He has a smoke, maybe his last little bit of hope. But he has to start running. He has to start moving now.
TeamOne looking to insert themselves in towards that upper bracket. Unsure who they will be facing off against, says Stamina. I think he knows it's a losing effort, and Pesadalo's going to finish the job. Yeah, 1 step closer to Dallas. Our TeamOne in this NA closed qualifier. But their opponent still has yet to be decided. Nouns and Vendetta are still locking swords on that main